Hello kids, this is Mr. T and we're gonna tell you kids story. Today I've brought another guest here, another voice actor she's Nabaat here, as you can say. Sometimes it happens to all the rest that all the people get busy and we couldn't have Joby here today, so I asked my sister to help me narrating stories for you because you know that I cannot do voice acting, it's hard for me. So I brought her. So this is Nabaat. From now on, you're going to see her a lot, I hope. And
Today
I brought another story from Nigeria for you, which name is Why the Sun and the Moon Live in the Sky. That's the name of the story. So the origin of this story is Nigeria. And the author is anonymous. We don't know who wrote it. It's a folk story, as you know. And so we're going to narrate the story for you from now on. Are you ready? You ready?
Yep.
So let's go. Yeah, kids, if you don't know, this is Nabaat. And if you don't know what is Nabaat, Nabaat is a form of sugar that us Iranians use as a remedy for anything you thought of. If you want a stomachache, you just have to have some chai Nabaat. You know what's tea? The tea is this, chai, and Nabaat is Nabaat. So if you have anything wrong in your life, the only remedy, the only solution is going to be chai Nabaat. So let's have some chai Nabaat, and we're going to start the story. I don't want it to have too much. Do you have some tea?
Yep.
Yeah, hang it off. So let's for you. So let's go. A long time ago, when the world was new, the sun and the moon were married. They lived together on Earth and visited each other often. The sun, bright and warm, had a cheerful personality. He loved throwing big feasts and inviting his friends to enjoy his hospitality. The moon was quieter and gentler, with a soft light that made everyone feel calm and peaceful. The sun and the moon were very much in love, and the home was a lively place where laughter and joy never seemed to end. The sun was friends with the lovely water too, who shimmered and sparkled wherever she went. She was kind and generous, always ready to help anyone in need. But there was one problem. The sun and the moon had never invited water to their house. Though they often visited her vast flowing rivers and streams, they hesitated to return the favor. One day, as the sun visited water, she asked him,
"My dear friend, why have you never invited me to your home? I welcome you to my waters often, but I have never seen where you live."
The sun felt a bit embarrassed. He scratched his lip and said,
"Ah, water, you are always welcome to visit us. It's just, well, our house is not very big. You are so large and powerful, and I worry we cannot make space for you."
Water laughed, her voice rippling like a gentle stream.
"That is kind of you to say, son, but if you truly value our friendship, you must invite me. I will come with all my people, and we will enjoy your hospitality together."
The sun promised.
"Very well, water. I will prepare my home and invite you soon."
The sun returned home and told the moon about his promise.
"Moon,
He said,
we must build a much bigger house. Water is coming to visit, and she will bring all her people, rivers, lakes, streams, and even the tiniest raindrops.
The moon looked worried.
How can we ever build a house big enough for all of Water and her people?
She asked,
We must try.
said the sun.
We cannot break our promise. Water is our dear friend, and she has always welcomed us into her home.
And so the sun and the moon began to work. They built and built, making the house bigger and bigger. They used the tallest trees for beams and the strongest stones for walls. Day after day, their home grew larger, until it became the biggest house anyone had ever seen. Finally, the sun said,
It is ready. Let us invite Water to visit.
When Water arrived, she stood in the doorway with her people behind her. She looked around and said,
This is a lovely house. But are you sure it is big enough for me and all my people?
The sun, eager to impress her, said,
Of course, Water. Come in. Come in.
Water began to flow into the house, her sparkling waves filling the rooms. Behind her came her people, streams, rivers, lakes, waves, all rushing in. At first, the sun and the moon stood proudly, welcoming their guests. But soon, water rose higher and higher. It covered the floor, then the furniture, and then it reached the sun's knees. I don't know, whoever comes here just wants to bother me. What are you doing?
I'm not bothering you.
Okay, you're my sister. I cannot say anything to you. Okay. So will then reach the sun's knees, as I said. That was your turn.
Oh. Is it still okay for us to come in?
Water asked. The sun hesitated, but said,
Yes. Yes, there is still room. Please continue.
More of Wallow's people poured in, and soon the water reached the sun's shoulders. The moon, who was so much smaller, had to climb onto the high shelf to avoid being swept away. It's you.
Do I?
Yeah, I'll see you. The moon said,
I only wanted to be a good host.
No! Now we're here, come on. So the moon was so much smaller, it had to climb to the high shelf to avoid being swept away.
I said that before.
No, we didn't. No, we didn't. Just go on!
Okay. Are you sure there's still space?
Water asked again. That's why you feel like you said that before. That was again. So the sun there worried. All I'm doing? I know I'm doing. You don't know what you are doing.
No.
Okay.
I do know what I'm doing.
I don't think so. The sun there worried. Did not want to seem rude.
Yes, of course. Come in.
He said. The water continued to rise until it reached the ceiling. The sun and the moon, unable to stay in the house any longer, climbed up onto the roof. But even the roof was soon covered. And the sun and the moon were forced to float up into the sky. From there, they looked down and at their houses, which was now completely submerged. The river, lakes, streams flowed out into the land, spreading water's people far and wide. The sun turned to the moon and said,
I only wanted to be a good host. I didn't think this would happen.
The moon sighed.
We should have thought more carefully about the consequences. But now that we are here, we will have to stay.
And so, the sun and the moon made their home in the sky, where they could shine down over the world. Water, who had spread out across the earth, became part of every river, lake, and ocean. Even now, the sun and the moon take turns watching over the earth. The sun shines brightly during the day, warming the land and making things grow. The moon watches over the night, casting her soft light on water's shimmering waves. Though they no longer live together, the sun, moon, and water remain connected, each playing an important role in the world. Kids, that was like a story. You can tell you why the sun and the moon are in the earth and why it's reason. This is like imaginary story and like a metaphor or something else. But the story teaches us about the importance of careful planning and understanding the consequences of our actions. This is going to have consequences after the video, we know that. It also reminds us that generosity and hospitality are valuable, but we must also know our limits. Know our limits. Know our limits. This is a program. I know what you're doing here, but I'm still your brother. I'm willing to let you do such things to me. And this was your tea. I'm going to drink it. To the next video.
Alright? No! He drank my tea!